Thank you, Hugh. Good evening, everybody. Well, 41 days after Manchester City and Liverpool were last in competitive action, they meet here tonight. The World Cup thrilled us all, but the return of the Premier League is just days away. And in the lead-up to Christmas, what better fixture than a meeting between arguably still the best two sides in England for a place in a major cup quarter-final. The Carabao Cup has been a source of glory so often for City and Liverpool down the years. Only one of them can reach the last 8. Both have gone strong with the teams. Ortega in goal for Manchester City, Lewis, Akanji, Laporte and Ake the defenders, Rodri, De Bruyne and Gundogan in midfield, Mahrez and Palmer either side of Haaland up front. For Liverpool, Kelleher in goal, Milner, Gomez, Matip and Robertson, by Cetic, Thiago and Elliott, with Carvalho, Salah and Nunez the front three. Well, Charlie Adam, that was a spectacular light show, or laser light show, and I was watching the players in the tunnel before the game, before they came out for the game. That tunnel's bigger than my flat. Yeah, it's extraordinary.
They put a lot of changes to, haven't they, with this new tunnel club, and it's different. I've been coming down that a few times after a bit of a down first half, and it feels a lot bigger, but no, listen, I said before to you, I think this is a football club that have come and they've put the money where the mouth is. These owners have come, they've backed it, they backed the project, they keep involved in the city, they're doing great things, and they're at the top table because they've got the best players, and it's fair play to them.
Well, it is the meeting between the two most successful teams in the history of the League Cup. 8 times winners Manchester City against the current holders, the 9 times winners Liverpool. We are on the verge of a feast of festive football. 2 big hitters going head-to-head tonight, off and underway on Talksport. Manchester City left to right towards the south end of this sold-out stadium. The Liverpool fans are in the upper tier. Haaland looking to race through straight away, and he sent it high over the top. Well, he was played through, split the Liverpool centre-halves, and inside 25 seconds, Erling Haaland with the game's first major opportunity, and his left-footed effort was over the bar.
Well, the shooting that he was doing in the warm-up is not really, it's cost him there, didn't it? Still terrible, bad finish, should have scored actually. A wonderful chance from there, a great ball from Rodri right through the middle of the defence of Liverpool, but big chance for Haaland there.
I tell you what, Charlie Adam, he shanked it, didn't he? Yeah, just as he did so often in the warm-up, as you say.
He just never got hold of it properly. I thought he could have went round the goalkeeper, but it's been a great start there for Man City.
And Liverpool now on the attack. Nunez has peeled away inside left channel. Salah's hurrying into the penalty area. Nunez tries to play it across. Aymeric Laporte is there to clear for Manchester City. Well, what a blistering opening minute or so to this game. Spectators still taking their seats in front of us here in the commentary position. They could have missed 2 goals as Liverpool win a corner.
No, brilliant. And that was the ball I said. That's the ball that you need when you're playing Man City, to get your first pass off down the channel. And Kanji, Laporte, they struggled there, and Nunez was off, and he gets back well, Laporte to deny him.
And James Milner, the Liverpool captain tonight, will take the corner against his former side. Liverpool playing from right to left towards the north stand. Milner's delivery high into the 6-yard box, thumping header away by Rodri at the heart of the 6-yard area for Manchester City, and now the ball is back on the halfway line. It's Manchester City 0, Liverpool 0, but what an up-tempo start from both sides. Plenty of energy and vigour. Of course, so many players were away from both clubs at the World Cup. Manchester City had 16 players on duty in Qatar. I can see Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp about 20-30 rows of seats in front of us. We're in the lower tier of the main stand to the left of the halfway line. Liverpool all in red, and of course Manchester City, sky blue shirts, white shorts and sky blue socks. The noise from the Liverpool fans, nearly 6,000 in the upper tier to the right hand side, is pretty booming. And well, if this is an early indicator of what we're going to get from the Premier League over the festive period, we are in for a treat.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Lewis is now just trying to latch on to jump to Robertson there, and he's setting the press, and now he's managed to get it back for Man City.
Rodri has it, 10 yards to the edge of the penalty area. Rico Lewis, diminutive, still just 18 years of age, but has already made an impact in the Manchester City side this season. Just looking at the way City have set up, at times Lewis is really tucking in almost into a central position, much like we see with the City fullbacks on occasion.
He looks like he's trying to play a little bit of a holding position in possession, but Man City. He's allowed to go anywhere really. Try to pick up that little pocket, and cause Liverpool problems. And Mahrez and Palmer are holding the width to try and keep the fullbacks of Liverpool into a back four, to allow De Bruyne or a Gundogan to get into that position to cause Liverpool problems.
We see Walker do it, we see Cancelo do it, both on the Manchester City bench tonight, by the way. And still that dry ice fizzing through the air, it still hasn't evaporated yet, an almost misty glare beneath the floodlights. De Bruyne across field, a lovely ball brought down by Palmer, caught on the penalty area left wing position, onto his right foot the youngster. Palmer faced up by red shirts, who elects not to shoot, goes back to Lewis, out on the near side is De Bruyne, crossing position, charged down by Carvalho. Manchester City get a corner, it's 0-0, 4 minutes gone. You're listening to Talksport.
Yeah, great crossfield pass from De Bruyne, 60-70 yards out to Palmer. I think probably when he comes back in that right hand side, there's an opportunity to go and test Keller, but he doesn't. He builds the play and he goes and he gets out to De Bruyne, and Carvalho does well to block the cross from De Bruyne.
Hasn't it been an exciting start to the game so far? The fourth round of the Carabao Cup, both sides have had such joy in this competition, Manchester City in particular over recent seasons. Gundogan takes the corner short, back to De Bruyne, edge of the penalty area, he whips it across, headed away by Matip at the heart of the Liverpool back line. Matip back in the side tonight after injury. It's scooped downfield by Elliott, and much too much on that for Salah to chase. Even with his electric pace, De Bruyne had a 10-yard head start, and he sends it back to the Manchester City goalkeeper tonight, the regular Carabao Cup goalkeeper. He played in the third round win over Chelsea, the German Ortega, all in bright orange, and Manchester City with Laporte, ball out to the left wing position, chested down by Palmer, and City have the ball. Well, the intensity is certainly there, no question about it, and Pep Guardiola did make the point in the build-up that actually he's got a lot of players coming back from the World Cup, but in many ways they're in a better condition than the ones who didn't go. Mahrez, right wing for City, heavy touch, Robertson gets across, and here's Charlie Adam.
Yeah, I could see his point, because these boys have been playing, they've been training, so they're still being good fitness levels, and that's why you've probably seen so many of them involved tonight, and that's great for them that they've managed to come back. But you know, no matter what team that Man City put out tonight, it was all going to be full of top players. That's what they've got inside the football club.
The ball is being popped about very neatly, and Akanji's floated a pass down the right-hand channel for Haaland. The flag has stayed down. Haaland's into the penalty area. Palmer! Oh, he's mucked it, put it way wide. That was an inexplicable miss from Cole Palmer, edge of the 6-yard box. There were Manchester City fans in front of us who were celebrating. They thought it had to be a goal, but it wasn't.
I think he's going to be offside. He would have been offside anyway. It's a great run. He comes short, spins in the back of Matip, and Kanji plays him over the top. It's a good pass across, and Palmer misses it.
Well, he's gone with his right foot when maybe the left foot would have been a better option. Liverpool have given it away meanwhile. It's 0-0 at the Etihad Stadium amidst the thunderous atmosphere. Great rivalry between these two sides that we've seen in the Premier League in particular over the years. No love lost, and Gomez will stab it forward, Lewis in the way, and the Manchester City fans out of their seats again in the lower tier. There is a bad blood at times in this rivalry, and it's really fizzing in north-east Manchester tonight, 0-0.
Yeah, it's a great start. Both teams, are at it, and it's going to be a competitive match, which it always is, because those are the top teams in the country at the moment. So Man City have started really well. Like you say, Palmer probably could have went with his right foot there, and there's a big opportunity for him.
Forward by Matip, high towards the halfway line. Ake with the downward header wins it back for Manchester City. Sold out to its 55,000 capacity, the Etihad tonight. Bright lights everywhere you look, and you can see it from what feels like miles away as you drive up to the stadium. They're gleaming in sky blue as Rodri steers the ball to the left-hand side of Nathan Ake. And City in particular have started with great pace and impetus on the ball, and they are so quick in possession, 1-2 touches most of the time. And here's Rico Lewis for them, midway inside his own half, wearing number 82. Pass intercepted by Robertson. Can Liverpool counter in red as De Bruyne whips it off the toes of Thiago, and then he hits Haaland with the ball through the middle. Haaland's not quite at it so far, Charlie Adam.
No, he just got in the way. Great feet there from De Bruyne to go past Thiago, and Haaland run across him there, but if he didn't, Cole Palmer was in.
And Charlie Adam, a League Cup winner with Liverpool in 2012, and it's a feature, Charlie, isn't it, of these games? It's so often played at a breakneck pace, and we've seen that in the first 8.5 minutes.
Yeah, and that's what you do. Man City, obviously, they use the home advantage, use their speed, use their levels that they've got to get after Liverpool and try and catch them cold. With Milner playing at right back, Matip as well, Gomez, to try and get after them, like you say with Haaland. They're going, closing it down in the corner, get the crowd on the feet. If you can get this crowd lifted, then it gives an atmosphere, it gives an intense place to come and play.
0-0 the score. Liverpool have won both meetings so far this season, including in the Premier League at Anfield in October, though Liverpool are well off the pace in the race for the title. And 7 points off the top 4. What a ball crossfield on the diagonal by Laporte. It's travelled 60-70 yards, and Palmer's picked it up down by the dead ball line, pulls it back. De Bruyne arriving, and he couldn't really get anything behind the shot. It spat up into the turf, and it was an easy gather for the Liverpool goalkeeper in black, Kevin Kelleher.
Yeah, it's a diagonal again over the top of Milner. Cole Palmer, good speed there to take away. I think he could have probably played a better pass and a more crisper pass across the floor to De Bruyne. But the top player that Bruyne is, you'd expect him to do better. But great move again from Man City. We all talk about the nice, pretty football, but they don't mind going over the top and causing other teams problem.
Alexander-Arnold and Van Dijk not in the Liverpool squad tonight, nor is Roberto Firmino. Here is Palmer for Manchester City, 5 yards into opposition territory, beneath the three-tiered east stand on the far side of the field as we look at it. Palmer gets the ball and plays it forward towards De Bruyne. His left wing cross. Haaland on the volley, scores! Left-footed. He made no mistake that time. Pep Guardiola punches the air. Domestic football back in England at Premier League level, and here in the Carabao Cup, Erling Haaland has picked up where he left off. A 24th goal of the season. What a sharp finish, and Manchester City lead. And even though it's a long way to go, as things stand, we'd be heading for the quarter-finals. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0. What a finish!
Yeah, brilliant. Great play from De Bruyne, a bit of quality, just stands up a little bit. Joe Gomez has no clue where Haaland is. Haaland gets across him and he finishes with his left foot. It's a wonderful finish.
Well, he just darted in at just the right time, and he beat Gomez, and there it was, left-footed on the volley. He can score so many different types of goals. He had that missed chance in the first 25 seconds, and as you said it, Charlie Adam, in our pre-match show, he was getting the misses out of the way in the warm-up, wasn't he?
And the thing is, he's a top striker. He might miss one, but he'll be back again for the next one. And if he doesn't score that, he'll be back again for the next one. He'll get his goals, but that's a top finish again. His movement, just getting across. Joe Gomez couldn't see where he was at all. Gets across him, and Man City take the lead.
Manchester City playing like they've got a point to prove. They lead by a goal to nil on Talksport. Palmer down by the corner of the penalty area. Milner is really struggling here. Palmer has got past him with ease. Can he tease out the cross? Gomez only half away, and it's fallen for Matip. Matip has almost given it away himself. Manchester City so quick on the uptake, so quick on the press. This time De Bruyne has been penalised for a foul on Harvey Elliott. Liverpool will have a free kick inside their own penalty area, but Liverpool are really struggling to get out of their own half at the moment.
Yeah, Man City have got them camped in their own half there. Great play, Cole Palmer. It is brilliant against Milner. He goes and wins it, tries to cut it back, and Gomez got to do better with the clearance. And then Matip puts Elliott under pressure, and De Bruyne has got the right to go for it, and he catches him late.
Blue Moon echoes around the Etihad Stadium. Isn't it good to have domestic football back? Look, the World Cup was great, but for me there's nothing like club football at the top level.
No, this is our game. It's a great game. We love to watch it week in, week out, and what a game to have on our screens, or on the radio. Liverpool, Man City.
Well, Rodri there pirouetted from 3 red shirts, almost balletically, somehow turning on a sixpence, and then he played it to Akanji, who knocked it straight out of play. But it has been a thrilling first 13 minutes, and it's Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0, as Matip gets away with a square ball to Gomez, who feeds Robertson inside left channel towards Carvalho. Carvalho goes down, no foul by Rodri, play goes on, Manchester City have it back, and of course we have 10 matches on Boxing Day for you on the Talksport network from the Premier League and the EFL. Arsenal against West Ham, Brentford against Tottenham, Leicester against Newcastle, Aston Villa against Liverpool among our commentaries. On the 27th of December, Chelsea against Bournemouth and Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. And on Wednesday, the 28th of December, Leeds against Manchester City. So Talksport is your home for all of the festive football. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0 here, Charlie Adam.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Cole Palmer's just allowed to just stand over on the far touchline to try and isolate James Milner 1v1. You know, normally we'd have to come and talk. He's tucked in here now with Elliott in the back of him, but you know, Man City have been, you know, on the front foot right from the first whistle and thoroughly deserved the goal.
Gomez has it on the halfway line, angled ball to the near side channel, the Liverpool left on the near side, and Robertson back towards Gomez with the white boots on, and a square pass to Matip, standing tall with the gloves on the halfway line. Matip to the right and Salah dinks it forward, great ball, Elliott, low cross, Nunez, oh, he's hit the post, the flag goes up anyway. What a move from Liverpool at their free-flowing best. Haven't seen much of Salah so far tonight, but Nunez, Charlie, I mean, we could see from our commentary position he looked offside.
No, it's a great pass from Salah. Harvey Elliott makes that run from the 8 position beyond the full-back and cross it, and Nunez was offside. But good move from Liverpool, build a little bit of confidence now to try and, you know, gradually get into the game.
The Nunez-Haaland battle was billed as something to really look forward to before the season started. De Bruyne pumps it down the right-hand side. Mahrez already scored, and he's just going to avoid keeping it in play. Wasn't far off. He sprinted with all his might. He strained every sinew, but it is out of play for a Liverpool throw. Of course, we have the strange quirk of, as Thiago struggling to clear from inside his own box for Liverpool, he gets past Mahrez and plays a great pass up towards Elliott, who's got space to move into 20 yards shy of the halfway line. That strange quirk of no VAR at this stage of the Carabao Cup, remember.
He is human, De Bruyne. He gave the ball away there.
Can you believe it? It was his cross for the goal, and Kevin De Bruyne, maybe with a bit of anger in him possibly, Charlie, after the way things went for Belgium at the World Cup, and there was quite a public war of words between some of the Belgium squad. Anyway, here come Liverpool with Nunez. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Nunez 10 yards from the corner of the penalty area. Back it goes to Elliott. Elliott holds up play. Got support from Milner on the far side. The overlap on that Liverpool right, dinked into the box by Elliott. Too long, out of play. Goal kick, Manchester City.
Yeah, Elliott forcing the pass. He just, you know, tried to get Carvalho in there, but Liverpool just have to try and keep the ball a little bit more, build momentum, build a bit of, you know, possession to try and get up the pitch and cause Man City problems. But at the moment they just keep giving it away too cheaply.
Here is Ake for Manchester City in the left back position. Long dark hair, the Dutchman. Lovely turn from Gundogan away from Bajcetic, the 18-year-old, the Spaniard, who has really impressed the Liverpool hierarchy and the coaching staff with his form in pre-season, and that's been rewarded with a couple of starts in the League Cup now. Charlie, he's a man that they really rate.
Yeah, he's done really well in the games I've seen, and you know, this is a great opportunity for him to come against, you know, 3 of the top midfielders in Europe, and you know, he got too tight there to Gundogan and you know, got turned, but he'll learn from that. He needs to try and get out that holding position a little bit and try and get up the pitch and get closer, because it's a tough job for Thiago and Harvey Elliott in there at the moment.
It's still being played, this game, at a frenetic pace, and Liverpool have got problems with Palmer on the far side, the left for Manchester City. Ball infield to Rodri, game slows down slightly. Rodri floats it crossfield to the right, it's brought down by Mahrez, corner of the 18-yard box, all left foot, heading for the dead ball line, tries to cross with his right, blocked off by Robertson, and Liverpool have it back. Klopp and Guardiola about 10 yards apart on the near side touchline. And 2 of the best coaches in the game. Guardiola with his arms folded, both of them in long dark coats. Klopp wearing the baseball cap. Here is Rodri for Manchester City, infield to Gundogan. Gundogan turns, whips the ball towards the right, and it's intercepted by Carvalho. Manchester City want handball, nothing given by the on-field referee David Coote. And remember, no VAR at the quarter-final at this stage of the Carabao Cup. A place in the quarters at stake, and the draw for the quarter-finals will come once we're done here, and we'll bring you all the details on Talksport. Those quarter-final ties will be played in the week commencing the 9th of January, so there could be quite a bit of fixture congestion to come for those sides involved.
There's a couple of times now Carvalho's been caught, taking too many touches. He's not the biggest frame, he's quite slight. De Bruyne brushed him off the ball, Lewis brushed him off the ball there, and again Kanji just, it was too easy. I don't think it was a foul, but he got away with it. But it's interesting now that De Bruyne has sort of gone playing in like a 10 position to play against Bajcic in midfield, and look to try and cause some problems from there.
Thiago blocked off by Mahrez, but Bajcetic has knocked it into the air, and Elliott on the half volley, a beautiful ball out to Salah on the Liverpool right, driving in field onto his favourite left side. He leaves Ake for dead. Ake stumbling, looks for Nunez, threads the ball inside right channel, inside the penalty area. Ake gets back, looks to hook a left leg around the front of Nunez, and he does. Out of play it goes for a Liverpool throw. Still 1-0 to Manchester City, live on Talksport here in the Carabao Cup. Now Matip striding upfield from the centre defensive positions. Great ball, and it's James Milner from the angle. Carvalho rolls it into the corner. Liverpool are level, and it's James Milner, the former Manchester City player, with the assist, and Fabio Carvalho with such calm and composure to just roll it beyond Ortega into the corner. And Liverpool, with their first effort on target in the game, have got themselves level. And just 20 minutes in, are we into a classic Carabao Cup tie at the Etihad? It's Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, brilliant pass from Matip to Milner. Milner gets in between Ake and Laporte there. A little bit of composure. Carvalho comes off the side in between the middle of the goals, and he tucks it away nicely past Ortega. But a little bit of composure from Liverpool in that final third, and they managed to get an opportunity to score a goal. And listen, 1-1, it's definitely deserves a lot more goals in the game.
A third of the season for Fabio Carvalho, and he took it well. His first goal since the end of August, and Liverpool are level, and this is such an exciting game to watch. It really is. Palmer down by the corner flag now for Manchester City. Both sides at times looking like they can score almost at will, and at times it's Liverpool and Manchester City at their free-flowing best, and that's just the way we like it when these two go head-to-head. It's rarely a fixture that disappoints Manchester City against Liverpool, and it's 1-1 now on Talksport. And I can see some red smoke in the middle tier of the stand away to the right, below where the Liverpool fans are. Not sure if it could be from a flare. We don't know that for sure, but there is a little bit of red smoke that seems to have dissipated now, in fairness. And some Manchester City fans are unhappy in front of us because there's a corporate area right in front of the commentary position, and I think there is a Liverpool fan in that corporate area, which I'm told is a neutral area, so he has every right to be sitting there, but it means that the Manchester City players, the Manchester City fans nearby, are not happy anyway. And cleared upfield by Kelleher down the Liverpool right. It's dropped to Ake, the Manchester City left back, and Ake will play it square to Gundogan. Back it goes to Laporte, and the ball is laid square to the goalkeeper Stefan Ortega. You really feel, Charlie Adam, the rivalry between the two sides whenever they meet.
Yeah, they've been the most dominant teams for the last period in the Premier League, winning the trophy, winning the titles, and obviously Liverpool won a couple of Champions League, so it's always going to be there. It'll never go away, and it's great for the English game. So when we do have games like this, we've got to enjoy it. Both managers are tactically, the best managers in the world, and when they come up against each other, they're always trying to find a game plan to get the edge against each other, and it's a joy to watch these both teams go at it.
That's the voice of the former Liverpool man Charlie Adam, who was a League Cup winner in 2012 against Cardiff on penalties.
Yeah, you don't bring the penalty up, mister, please.
and the Sir Kenny Dalglish.
Yes. No, it was a great time winning the trophy, Liverpool, which they're used to doing. It's part of the DNA, is winning trophies, and wonderful football club.
Here is Palmer, left wing position for Manchester City, looking dangerous here, getting away from Milner, dinking in the cross, Haaland far post, just missed it. Only needed a touch, he stretched, but he couldn't quite get there. The Norwegian, Manchester City have won it back, and that's a foul by Carvalho, down by the corner flag on Lewis, and a free kick to Manchester City, very much in a crossing position here. Good chance that for Erling Haaland.
Yeah, brilliant from Palmer, twist and turn Milner. Oh, and Mahrez gets across the front and just takes it away from Haaland. It was a certain goal if he'd got there, Haaland, but great play for young Palmer there.
Good spot, Charlie. It was just a glancing touch, wasn't it, off Mahrez? And that was enough to take it off the head of Haaland, who would have had a simple header. So the score is 1-1, and we are midway into the first half. Manchester City have a free kick. Mahrez and De Bruyne both standing over it. Plenty forward in sky blue here for Manchester City. Haaland is among those lurking. De Bruyne's delivery headed away, could fall in the 6-yard box for Nathan Ake, smuggled away this time by Robertson for Liverpool. Up to the midway point for Liverpool half, a crossing by Palmer, gathered by Kelleher, who had to race forward from the edge of the 6-yard box to claim in and around the penalty spot. And now Robertson in the left back position on this near side, forward towards Elliott, to tackle from De Bruyne. It's come back to Robertson again, infield with the pass, and Thiago collects gracefully and darts away from Rodri. Thiago allowed space and time on the ball, and now he's crossed the halfway line. To the right of him is Milner, who set up the Liverpool equaliser in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, with a draw to come once we've finished our commentary here. Thiago dinks it forward, a lovely floated ball to Salah. Salah in the penalty area, well done Nathan Ake, stretching back with a tackle, and I think, or was he offside, Salah? Or was it handball against Mo Salah?
No, it's a pull in the arm. He pulls Ake back. It's a great run from Salah from out to in, past Ake, but Ake does well to recover that, and Salah ends up fouling him. Liverpool seem to have just progressively got better in the match, haven't they? They're starting to get composure, get a bit of game time, getting on the ball, picking the right pass it now instead of turning it over a lot at the start of the match.
Liverpool, the Carabao Cup holders. Palmer for Manchester City, inside left channel. He has got Gundogan on his outside. Gundogan, the number 8, back to Palmer, down by the dead ball line, swings in a high cross. That took a big deflection off Harvey Elliott, and it's gone behind for a Manchester City corner. At the end away to our right, that's the south stand with its 3 tiers, a towering stand, a steep drop to the pitch below from the upper tier where the Liverpool supporters are. And it's another corner to Manchester City.
It's interesting to see Pep's trying to get the crowd lifted and trying to get the momentum, keep the moment, because in the game you feel that it's changed. There's a little bit more progression from Liverpool in the match, and Pep's now just trying to lift the crowd to try and help his team.
Corner taken short, Palmer edge of the box shoots, it's blocked off by Matip. It's come back out towards Mahrez via another deflection, and that will be a Manchester City throw. City will reorganise, players in sky blue now trotting back towards the halfway line, the likes of Laporte and Akanji, and Liverpool have got everybody back inside their own half the field. Excellent response from Liverpool to going that goal behind. Carvalho with an equaliser, and indeed Manchester City in the end were only ahead for 9 minutes. I'm sure we haven't seen the last of the goal scoring opportunities, that's for sure. We're in the 27th minute. Manchester City have a free kick now in the left back position in front of a huge mass of City fans who are on their feet away on that far side, and it's Kevin De Bruyne who's going to take it, and the Akanji's come forward again, as has Laporte. Haaland is lurking as well, menacingly in and around the penalty spot, it looks like.
Mahrez on that edge of the box. We've seen De Bruyne before clip one to the edge here.
Let's see if he does it this time. De Bruyne swings it in towards the near post, and that's easy for Kevin Kelleher, and for once De Bruyne's delivery was lacking, Charlie.
Oh, it's unlucky. He's tried a great run from Salah, but he just couldn't connect to it right. But yeah, like you said, De Bruyne put it in, and Kelleher comes and collects it. Good confidence booster for him.
Yes, Kelleher looking for the Alisson-style clearance for Salah upfield.
Yeah, trying to catch him out quickly, but that's something you have to do with Man City. You have to catch them on the counter-attack. And like I said before, that was what would cause Liverpool, would be able to cause Man City problems, because the full-backs play so high at times. The ball down the side of a centre-back, first time, or into an area where Núñez can go and run, be able to get Liverpool up the pitch, and that's where you can cause Manchester City problems.
Neither Alisson nor Ederson involved tonight, the Brazilian teammates, of course. It's relatively mild in Manchester now. We've got supporters packed in all around us as the goalkeeper Ortega punts the ball high and out of play. Liverpool throw on the halfway line on that far side of the field. We spoke about the 10 commentaries we've got for you on Boxing Day. 8 commentaries from the Premier League from the 30th of December to the 4th of January, including Liverpool against Leicester on the 30th of December, and then FA Cup football to come not too long after that as well. Kelleher, long clearance downfield, angled towards the left wing position. It's steered away by Manuel Akanji, the Swiss international for Manchester City. Akanji forward now to Rodri, who played for Spain at the World Cup at centre-half, alongside Aymeric Laporte, who nudges it left to Ake. Cushion header forward, lovely header from Ake to Palmer. Palmer striding forward, Milner's completely out of position. Matip calling for help. Palmer plays it left to De Bruyne. De Bruyne's cross is a poor one, straight into the chest of Kelleher.
Yeah, brilliant play from Man City, building it one side to the other. Milner goes and tries to jump towards Palmer and gets beat in the air from Ake, and then all of a sudden they're in behind Milner, and De Bruyne there delivered with his left foot. Could have probably done better.
Just bent forward there, James Milner, for a moment.
Yeah, I think he got caught really there from Ake, but there's something that Man City have worked on. They spoke about trying to get in the back of James Milner, between Milner and Matip. You've seen that with runs from De Bruyne and Gundogan at times as well, but you know, Milner's jumped at his slot too quickly there and got outdone by Ake, and all of a sudden Man City had another chance.
Half an hour gone, Liverpool have got an overload on the left. If Matip can find Thiago, he can't. It's come to Nunez, 25 yards from goal, looking to wriggle beyond 3 in sky blue. Never likely to do that. Gundogan pokes it away by Cetic first for loose ball. Elliott inside right channel, plays it back to Milner, and now Matip on the halfway line. With half an hour gone, 1-1. Elliott, right wing position, he's got Salah square. Salah into the penalty area between 2 Manchester City defenders, tries to pull it back, takes a deflection, almost fell for Carvalho from a very similar position to where he scored the equaliser, from about 12 yards out just inside the box, but this time Gundogan was nimble and quick with his feet to clear, and Manchester City have it with De Bruyne on the halfway line. A square ball to Gundogan. That slightly slowed the momentum of the attack. Gundogan steers it left and Palmer's in possession. You can't take your eyes off this game, because there is just a sense that if you do for a moment, one or both of these teams has the ability to score.
Yeah, absolutely, but switches of play are important for Man City. Carvalho keeps going too tight and tucking in too much, and with Lewis, because Lewis keeps going in the pitch, so Carvalho is following him, and Mahrez is just staying high and wide, and Rodri's picked him out a few times. So if Man City can keep doing that and get it to the other side, it's very difficult for Robertson, because once he starts jumping, the gap becomes too big between Gomez and Robertson. That's where you'll see the best of De Bruyne running in that space.
Manchester City, whose run of 4 consecutive League Cup triumphs was ended last season in the 4th round by West Ham United. 1-1 against Liverpool here in the 4th round. Ball is on the far side with Palmer, deep inside the Liverpool half. Back it goes to Gundogan, and now Rodri in a central position, floats it high on the angle towards the right. Mahrez controls. No, he doesn't. Bounced off his left foot and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, no, it's a good idea. It's a good idea from Man City. Rodri getting on the ball, Mahrez coming from out to in and over the top, and he's trying to control that with outside his foot. He should have took it with his right foot and have a chance.
Well, maybe, Charlie, is it fair to say that after that furious and breathtaking first half an hour, it's just starting to settle down a little bit again?
Yeah, it has, and both teams obviously have got their goals, but Liverpool have got their goal from being able to keep the ball a little bit better than they did for the first period, and they've managed to get a little bit more success from that. And that is why, because Thiago's got on the ball more. What a pass that is.
By Cetic, crossfield to Carvalho, who controlled it beautifully, 30 yards from goal, tried to knock it through the middle towards Salah. Pass over hit into the gloves of Ortega, and with Lewis pushing up into that central role, Liverpool occasionally, Charlie, have got an overload down their near side.
Yeah, and that's what they'll look for as well, peeling off, Carvalho peeling off on the opposite side, you know, because Lewis pushing in the pitch, and there Carvalho just seen the run of Salah and just couldn't execute it well. But it's an interesting game to see how both teams, totally different how they play. You know, Liverpool going and aggressive and press the game. Man City like to build it up slow and have a lot of passes, and you know, both teams are really comfortable in the match at the moment, and it's changed since the first little period that we started off with.
Both sides' next matches are live on Talksport. Liverpool away at Aston Villa on Boxing Day, and Manchester City have a couple days extra rest. They travel to Leeds United on the 28th of December. Rodri and Carvalho just exchanging verbals. Carvalho, I think, with a late challenge on Rodri, which the Spaniard, the much taller of the two, wasn't happy about.
Nah, a young kid there, just giving him a little bit. Brilliant. That's what it's all about, Carvalho. A little bit of a kick out there from Rodri, actually. But he's reacted well, and he's got him fired up, which is what you want to do. You want to try and get a little bit of an edge in your opponent. Rodri didn't like it, and fair play to Carvalho.
Sensible refereeing just to leave that and let both players settle down. Laporte has the ball on the edge of the Manchester City penalty area. Back he goes to his own goalkeeper, given away by Ortega. Straight into the chest of Elliott. It thumped off Elliott's chest and he couldn't bring it under control. Manchester City get lucky, but now they can break. Gundogan over the halfway line. Palmer to his left. Haaland makes a run through the middle. He's found Haaland back to goal. Manchester City want a free kick. The referee played an initial advantage, and now Liverpool have it back, and they're desperately unhappy, Manchester City. They feel they should have had a free kick there for a foul on Palmer.
I actually think it went the other way. I think Palmer actually pulls back the defender there.
Now Andy Robertson for Liverpool, looking for Salah inside the box. Can't turn beyond Ake. Robertson is there again. This time a free kick given after Lewis goes down. Manchester City free kick, and what's he going to do here? Well, he's going to take out the yellow card, the referee, and he's going to show the yellow card to... Is it by Cetic?
Yeah, by Cetic, yes. But he pulls him back. But I think Palmer pulls him back as well. It's a bit of both, really. But looks like Liverpool, somebody's struggling. Milner.
Yeah,
it's telling Ramsey to go and warm up. So it looks like Milner maybe could possibly be coming off.
Calvin Ramsey, who I saw play against Derby in the third round of the Carabao Cup and was impressive, but Liverpool have got problems here. De Bruyne down the right hand side, streaking into the box, plays it across. Gundogan, great save by Kelleher. Gundogan arriving late as he loves to do, and Kelleher repels it with his legs. Corner. Oh, what a quick counter-attack that was, Charlie.
Brilliant, great speed there, great pass from De Bruyne, set up for Gundogan, and Kelleher has a wonderful save there to keep Liverpool in the match.
With his trailing back leg, Kevin Kelleher to keep out Ilkay Gundogan, and it's still 1-1 on Talksport. Manchester City against Liverpool for a place in the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. Just over 9 minutes of the first half remaining. Riyad Mahrez, left-footed, out-swinging corner, misses everybody at the near post, comes out to the edge of the box. Gundogan's shot is blocked. Now De Bruyne, inside right channel, goes back to the halfway line, and Lewis. Liverpool want to make a change as soon as possible. Nat Phillips is stripped and ready to come on. De Bruyne's cross, Ake's diving header, pushed away by Kelleher again. Nathan Ake, a free header, and Kevin Kelleher has made two very important saves in the space of a minute, and James Milner cannot continue here.
Tell me a better passer in European football at the moment than Kevin De Bruyne. What a cross this is. Right on the money, right in the middle, where Ake's got to close his eyes before he heads it. He's got to do better, and Kelleher actually just tips it around the post. Milner struggling here, looks like he's going to have to come off.
Charlie, you're right, there isn't a better passer.
There's no, is there? He's
not than him.
He's just sensational.
The whip and bend of the right foot of Kevin De Bruyne is a sight, a joy to behold, and Nat Phillips is going to come on for Liverpool, and I would imagine that would mean Gomez to right back.
Joe Gomez will go to right back, and Milner obviously is coming off with an injury.
Been struggling for some time, hasn't he, in the game?
Maybe it may have been that knock that he took against Ake when he went up to win the header. I'm not too sure, but what a wonderful career James Milner's had. Top professional, and he'll be disappointed with having to come off here.
Milner is able to walk off the field. Had a very successful spell at Manchester City, being booed by the home supporters. James Milner, who signed a new contract, a one-year deal at Liverpool in the summer for an 8th season at the club. A stand-in captain tonight, and Milner's evening is over. Not without having set up the equaliser for Carvalho, we have to say. Nat Phillips then comes on in Liverpool red, and the first thing he'll have to do will be helping out his teammates to defend this Manchester City corner with 7 minutes of the first half to go, and City really starting to turn up the heat on Liverpool now.
Yeah, I think it's from that. I think he's telling Jurgen it's from that challenge with Ake, so not really clash of knees or something like that. It's
Kevin De Bruyne to take the corner, whips it high towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Nathan Ake is climbing again, but leaning back, and it's a looping header that is gathered easily by Kelleher.
Yeah, simple cross for Kelleher to take the header there, but Gomez now to right back is something that Man City will look to try and target.
Well, you are right in saying, Charlie, that Calvin Ramsey was an option for Liverpool to bring on, but I guess
it's a big place to make your proper Liverpool debut, isn't it? You know, he's not really played much since he come to the football club, and coming back from injury as well. So they obviously went with Joe Gomez. You know, and Nat Phillips has done well for Liverpool when he's been called upon.
Yes, he played against Napoli as a sub in the Champions League, and then Derby in the last round did Ramsey, and not a great deal of football in his time at Liverpool. Nat Phillips has played in big games at big venues before. Robertson is in the left back position, forward over the halfway line, but Nunez can't get to it, and it's easy for Laporte to track back. Now Rodri in the centre circle. Manchester City seeing most of the ball. Gundogan has got Palmer to his left-hand side. Palmer is attacking the corner of the Liverpool penalty area now, and Gomez stands him up. Back it goes to Rodri. Rodri in a centre position, as is Rico Lewis square. Akanji, the powerfully built defender. Out to the right, the near side, and Mahrez with the yellow boots on. And now Laporte, always silky in possession. Laporte trots to the midway point of the Liverpool half. Gundogan plays it left immediately. Kevin De Bruyne is there. Can De Bruyne produce a great cross to the far post? He can. It's just too much on it for Mahrez to get there. Robertson was back, just a little nudge on Mahrez, so he couldn't reach it, and it's a goal kick to Liverpool.
It's difficult for Liverpool. The two midfielders, the gap's too big between Thiago and Bajcetic. And Gundogan and De Bruyne are just holding the position because they know the gap's is getting bigger and bigger, and they allow it to get played into the pocket, and that's where that comes from. De Bruyne gets the Gundogan gets the ball in the pocket, gets turned, played to De Bruyne, cuts back in his right hand side, and if Mahrez could read it a little bit earlier, he would have been in the back post.
Wonder whether Liverpool will think about Jordan Henderson at half time. Haaland is 2 yards from the edge of the D. Square ball to Mahrez, corner of the penalty area, all left foot, cuts in field, blocked off by Bajcetic. Last touch off Mahrez as he tried to squeeze between Robertson and the Spaniard, and it's gone out of play for a goal kick. Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. Remember, if it's level after 90 minutes, we'd have penalties. And Bajcetic, under pressure from Rodri, manages to turn it square to Matip, and Liverpool have beaten the press, and here they come upfield. Matip, who does like to go on those mazy runs over halfway. Square ball to Gomez, dinks it upfield. Nunez, flag stays down, angle tight, drills it wide from inside the penalty area.
It's great movement from Nunez. That's something he gives you that added bit of pace up front. Kanji's playing him on. Matip just rolls it over the back of Ake. He's got to do better. He's got to at least hit the target, drops it perfect, and he drags it wide, but good movement from Nunez.
We have the sports bar to come once we're done tonight, which will bring you the details of the draw for the quarter-finals. 03717223344 is the number to call. Robertson shepherds the ball back to goalkeeper Kelleher. And Kelleher all in black. Away to the right, being watched on by the near 6,000 Liverpool supporters. A great turnout, particularly at this time of the year, even despite the close proximity between the two clubs. And Thiago, midway inside his own half, pokes it on to Elliott, who controls it well. Elliott takes it in his stride. He always plays with such maturity, Elliott, despite his young age, or relatively young age. Now Nunez, right wing position. Elliott in support, lays it back instead, infield to Gomez. Robertson, left hand edge of the penalty area. Salah dinks in a great cross. Ake let it run, and he was a little lucky that Elliott didn't really make a play for it. Elliott has kept it in on the far side. Now Gomez to deliver first time right-footed, and that is easy for Ortega to catch.
Yeah, good play, good patient play again from Liverpool. Salah whips a good ball into an area, but I don't know what Ake is doing. He leaves it but wants to try and head it as well, and if Elliott had really, gambled on it, he would have probably got an opportunity. But great pass from Rodri.
And through the lines to find De Bruyne in the centre circle. To the right is Haaland. Haaland's on the edge of the penalty area, taking on Phillips. Great tackle by Phillips, sliding in. And you shall not pass was his message to Erling Haaland, who always looks so menacing being down on goal.
Yeah, when he's seen that, when he got that run on Phillips, I thought, he's under trouble there. But great defending against him. But that comes from the two midfielder. The distance has been too big, and allowing that pass into De Bruyne.
Offside against Cole Palmer, and Hugh Woozencroft can't believe it. Bermuse looking across to the far side.
It's lazy defending. You cannot be offside in that position where you are. But it's I keep going back to that midfield of Thiago and Bajcetic. The two of them are too far apart, and allowing somebody like Kevin De Bruyne in that space to get on the half turn, you're going to cause yourself problems. So they need to try and get together, close the gaps, and make it important that Man City go on the outside and not come through the middle of the pitch.
That's Charlie Adam with us tonight for commentary. The last English domestic game before Christmas. De Bruyne right of centre, angles it further wide to the near side touchline, and Mahrez back in field to Lewis. Lewis is 5 yards from the edge of the box. Mahrez rolls it back towards the halfway line, and Akanji. Manchester City trying to play the ball quickly. Rodri sweeps it to the left, and Palmer controls. Had a good game in the first half. Palmer. Ake level with the edge of the 18-yard box. Low cross cleared away by Matip. Comes out to Rodri, long way out, shoots, and it's wide.
Yeah, good getting up on the second balls. Ake putting the ball, Matip probably hangs a leg at it and really ends up on the edge of the box to Rodri, and we've seen him score some good goals from there, but he just dragged it wide, and there was no real problem for Keller in goals.
Chelsea lead PSG by a 1-0 in the Women's Champions League. Chelsea have already qualified for the last 8, but as things stand, will go through as Group A winners. In fact, Chelsea only need a draw to do that tonight. As Kelleher clears long for Liverpool high downfield. It's 1-1 on Talksport, and what a brilliant first half from the Carabao Cup. And I guess the question would there be much rustiness in terms of both sets of players? It's been as fast and frenetic an encounter between these two as you'd expect. 2 added minutes in the first half. Palmer's into the box now, he shoots, and it's over the top. He had De Bruyne to his left, elected not to use it.
No, it's a long ball up the pitch, and the line of Liverpool's disjointed. Gomez goes to win it, misses it, and all of a sudden he's left Matip 1v1, and Cole Palmer just takes the wrong choice.
And Liverpool just placing the ball again. Keller had to take the goal kick. The announcement of injury time is a cue for a mass exodus in the stands towards the concourse areas. Some sky blue seats starting to appear, but Liverpool now with Carvalho. Was he fouled by Akanji? He was, as Carvalho burst up to the midway points of the Manchester City half, and David Coote, the referee, was well placed to give Liverpool all in red a free kick. And now will Matip and Phillips come forward for this? I think
they will. It's last minute of the injury time, and an opportunity for Liverpool. Robertson to go and put it into an area where Man City hopefully will have to defend the set play.
Haven't seen all that much of Mo Salah so far in the game.
No, he's shown glimpses. He's gotten in the right places, and played that cross in there for Elliott earlier in the half, but apart from that, he's been quiet.
Robertson's delivery towards the far post, hit on the volley and wide. Well,
what a great delivery from Robertson. Núñez, big chance. The line is massive from Liverpool. Man City is high. Núñez managed to get in between Ake and Rodri, and he's got to do better. Núñez, he's got to at least hit the target or make the goalkeeper make a save.
He's capable of brilliance, isn't he, at times, Charlie?
Yeah, he's a top player, and he can finish, but you feel like he could have done better with that one.
And we have had the 2 added minutes at the end of the first half, and that is the half-time whistle. Thoroughly entertaining. These two sides never disappoint. They never fail to entertain, and so has been the case in the first half here at the Etihad. It may be the 4th round of the Carabao Cup, but it has the verve and pace of a semi-final, maybe even a final. Manchester City ahead early on through Erling Haaland, a fine volley after De Bruyne's equally impressive cross. Carvalho neatly converted the Liverpool equaliser after a pass in field from Milner, who's since had to go off injured. Kelleher has then made 2 excellent saves to keep the scores level, and it is all to play for in the second half on Talksport for a place in the quarter-finals. At the break, it's Manchester City 1, Liverpool 1. Well, I wonder what Charlie makes of that. Fabinho for Bajcetic, we probably expected. The youngster was on a yellow card. And Oxlade-Chamberlain for the goal scorer, Carvalho.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of an issue for Carvalho, but, you know, at times I think he's looked, you know, a bit off it in terms of strength and power, but, you know, just a little bit of different dimension, allowing Chamberlain to come back in. He's been injured for a bit, and getting him some game time as well, which is good to see him back as well.
A great deal of experience in the Liverpool side now, as Robertson looks to hair down the far side, the left immediately, but he's blocked off and Manchester City have it back. So 1-1 the score in the 4th round of the Carabao Cup, live on Talksport. Manchester City playing from right to left towards the north end of the stadium, sky blue shirts, white shorts and sky blue socks. Liverpool all in red, playing from left to right towards that 3-tiered south stand, and in the top tier there are close to 6,000 Liverpool fans. Let me run you through the 2 teams. Lots of spectators returning to their seats in front of us. Ortega is the Manchester City goalkeeper. Lewis, Akanji, Laporte and Ake are the defenders. Rodri, De Bruyne and Gundogan in midfield, and it's Rodri's pass out to the right and Mahrez who brings it down and scores! Riyad Mahrez for Manchester City right at the start of the second half. Controlled it beautifully and then bent a curling finish into the far corner beyond Kelleher, and Manchester City quick out of the blocks in the second period. They lead again. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 1.
Yeah, it's a brilliant pass again from Rodri. He just picks it over the head of Robertson. Mahrez comes on the inside with that touch outside the foot and whips it in the bottom right hand corner of Kelleher. It's a great finish and a great start to the second half.
Well, Charlie, we've got Manchester City supporters coming back from the concourses and they're looking at our little monitors to watch that goal because they've missed it. Just a minute and 15 seconds into the second half, Manchester City lead 2-1, and that's just vintage Riyad Mahrez cutting infield from the right onto his left foot. You could see it was going beyond Kelleher the moment he hit it. And the 8 times winners lead the 9 times winners of the League Cup. These are 2 most successful sides in this competition. Prodded forward down the Liverpool right by Oxlade-Chamberlain, and Darwin Núñez, explosive pace into the area. Salah square! Salah scores! What a response from Liverpool! They were behind for just over a minute, and an unbelievable start to the second period at the Etihad. Manchester City against Liverpool is a fixture that never disappoints. It is 2-2 and Mo Salah has scored immediately.
Brilliant. What a turn of pace here from Darwin Núñez. He destroys Aymeric Laporte. Unbelievable. He gets in, head up, composure outside the foot, and Mo Salah comes inside. What a pass from Chamberlain going back, but brilliant from Núñez. That's why he's in the team, that's what he gives you. And Mo Salah just finish it calm. 2-2. What a start to the second half. It's what we had in the first half with the goals.
Hundreds of people have missed those 2 goals.
Brilliant. 2 great goals.
I hope you haven't missed it. Of course you haven't. You're listening to Talk Sports. 2-2. Manchester City on the attack. It's like basketball. Mahrez into the penalty area. Curls in the cross. Headed away by Matip. Well, Erling Haaland was far post, and had he reached that, he would surely have headed it in. A minute and 13 seconds between the 2 goals. Thanks to producer Carl for that stat. And we are level at 2-2 on Talk Sports. What? 3 minutes and 45 seconds into the second period. I haven't been able to give the teams in full yet because it's been so frenetic.
That turn of pace from Núñez was sensational. He just burnt Laporte for pace, and he got the composure at the end just to pick out Salah. It was a brilliant game, brilliant pass, great move from Liverpool. and we're in for a cracker of a second half if this continues.
Another goal for Mo Salah against Manchester City, who scored against them in the Community Shield, the Premier League in October, and now the Carabao Cup. De Bruyne's cross headed away from the right by Nat Phillips. So Manchester City have it again, and Pep Guardiola will not be able to believe that his side conceded so soon after going in front of the match once more. De Bruyne's cross from the right-hand side, floated high towards Haaland, flicked away by Joel Matip. Both sides look like they can score at will. Both look vulnerable defensively. Gundogan by the corner flag pops it back to Nathan Ake. Ake to the halfway line, and Laporte forward now to Rodri, midway inside the Liverpool half. Liverpool with everybody back behind the ball. Akanji angles the ball to the right-hand side. There's Mahrez again. Mahrez all left foot. De Bruyne underlap, crosses, takes deflection, goes behind Manchester City corner. This is unbelievable.
It's been a frantic start from Man City and Liverpool. It's that pass again from Mahrez out, and De Bruyne making that run between the centre-back and the full-back. It's causing Liverpool so many problems, and they have a corner now.
That's the voice of former Liverpool player Charlie Adam, won the League Cup in 2012. De Bruyne's delivery, Haaland went near post, headed away by Nunez, and look at the pace for Salah. Can he beat Lewis to it? The youngster slides in and does brilliantly, and that has the Manchester City fans on their feet applauding. In a foot race with Mo Salah, it was the 18-year-old who just about came out on top.
Yeah, he's done well there. He's got a self-hurt. I think he's got it in a difficult place.
Well, we've got monitors. We can sort of see what's going on.
I actually think he stood on him.
He did. That's painful.
Yeah.
And luckily he's on his feet.
De Bruyne is
everybody wincing here.
Take a big breath.
Well, they've got one pacey right back in the bench on Kyle Walker. That wasn't bad from Rico Lewis. Anyway, here are the teams. 6 minutes into the second half and 2-2. Ortega in goal for Manchester City. Lewis, Akanji, Laporte and Ake. Rodri, De Bruyne and Gundogan. Mahrez, Palmer and Haaland. And for Liverpool, Kelleher in goal. Gomez, Phillips, Matip and Robertson. Now Fabinho in midfield alongside Elliott and Thiago, and Oxlade-Chamberlain, who is involved in that second Liverpool equaliser in support of Salah, the goal scorer, and Nunez up front. It's level in the Carabao Cup, and penalties after 90 minutes if it remains so. Liverpool fans, you can hear them in the distance in full voice singing their songs as Manchester City win a throw just shy of the halfway line, and Lewis takes it square, gets it back from De Bruyne. Now De Bruyne again on the halfway line, tried to ping it cross field through Elliott, wasn't able to do that. Liverpool counter. Both sides have such explosive pace. The change of pace in particular is really what makes so many of these attacks. And what a ball by Oxlade-Chamberlain for Nunez in the build up to the goal.
Henderson coming on as well now.
Yeah, just receiving some instructions from Pep Linders, the Liverpool assistant. Jordan Henderson, great stalwart at Liverpool. Header away by Matip from midway inside his own half. Jordan Henderson, a former teammate of Charlie Adam, and they won the League Cup together, as we mentioned, 10 years ago?
Yeah, wonderful career he's had for Liverpool, captain to numerous trophies, and brilliant lad, great character, and thoroughly deserved everything he achieved. He works hard, dedicated to it, and phenomenal professional.
Impressed with England at the World Cup too. Long ball floated downfield by Phillips, header away by Akanji for Manchester City. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 2. 2 goals within a minute and 13 seconds of each other in the first 3 minutes of the second half, and that's why we're level again. Mahrez can't control that high ball downfield from Laporte, and it's out of play for a Liverpool throw in the left back spot. Of course, 2-2 was the score in that thrilling encounter in the Premier League between these two sides at the end of last season, the back end of last season. And ultimately Manchester City did enough to win the title once more. De Bruyne, midway inside the Liverpool half. They wanted a free kick for an earlier foul. Play goes on. Advantage played. Palmer, angle tight, and slices his shot miles wide.
Yeah, it's not been his night so far, really, is it? He just got to the right position. Just that final little bit from Cole Palmer tonight, but he got in a good position there and just lashed at it and come off the outside of his boot and went past the post.
The 10 games of Boxing Day, live on the Talksport network. We have commentaries from the Premier League and the EFL. Our Premier League commentaries include Aston Villa against Liverpool, Arsenal the leaders against West Ham, Manchester City not in action until the 28th of December at Leeds. Again, that's a TalkSport exclusive commentary. Palmer's dispossessed Gomez on the City left, swings in a great cross, headed away by Phillips, just in front of Haaland, and it was cushioned, that header, enough that it looped up into the dark night sky, and there was Andy Robertson to bring it down for Liverpool. But now Phillips has given it away. De Bruyne 25 yards out, Mahrez in the box on the angle, on his favoured left foot, teases it across. What an interception on the slide by Thiago in front of De Bruyne. Liverpool dicing with danger at the back, but they've got it with Elliott. Elliott charges up to the halfway line unchallenged. Elliott away from two in sky blue. Now square to Gomez. Gomez looks up, he has Salah just in front of him, Nunez among those in the middle. Gomez continues his run, Gomez down by the dead ball line, cross is not good, straight into the chest of Stefan Ortega.
Yeah, no, good play there from Liverpool. They counter-attack quickly, and unfortunately for Gomez, he just clipped it straight into Ortega. But it's end to end, it's going, it's frenetic, and just hopefully these boys that have been away or not as trained as much can keep up this tempo of the match.
03717 22 3344 for the sports bar. Once we're done, we'll have details of the draw for the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup 2. Mahrez skips beyond 3 in red. Was he fouled? Referee says no. Robertson was tracking back, but David Coote not interested in giving a free kick. Jordan Henderson stripped and ready to come on now for Liverpool.
Will they take maybe Harvey Elliott off here? Try and get some more control in midfield. The three in there, Fabinho and Thiago and Henderson.
Here is Fabinho for Liverpool, out towards Matip, to the right of his own penalty area, back to Kelleher, the goalkeeper. It's strange, actually. Kelleher has made a couple of good saves, but Ortega, the Manchester City goalkeeper, has hardly had anything to do. But he's been beaten twice. Chelsea 2, Paris Saint-Germain 0 in the Women's Champions League. Chelsea going through as group winners into the knockouts. Now then, it's that change that you're absolutely right about, Charlie. Off goes Harvey Elliott, and on comes your old teammate Jordan Henderson, the Liverpool captain.
Yeah, good player, Harvey Elliott. It's great learning experience for him now. He's improving every game, getting better. Game experience he's getting here for Liverpool is incredible.
Ortega's rushed out and has sliced a clearance to the goalkeeper from the edge of his own box. It's come to Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain down by the corner flag. Jordan Henderson waiting on the edge of the penalty area, having scored at the World Cup for England, of course. But now it's Manchester City on the counter-attack in a game that is resembling basketball, the way it is so end-to-end at points. And sometimes the midfield of both teams is being bypassed. It's 2-2. And we are well into the second half here, 12 minutes into it to be precise. Ake squaring infield to the giant Rodri. Great presence in the middle for Manchester City. Now Lewis with the yellow boots on finds the centre half of Kanji. Manchester City yet to make a substitution, but a wealth of riches and options on the bench for them. Inside left channel is Palmer, works it further wide. De Bruyne tried to skip into the box, blocked off by Gomez, and there's a corner to Manchester City near side, away to our left in front of that two-tiered south end of the ground, the north end rather. Corner's taken short, De Bruyne gets it back, whips in a great cross, headed in. Manchester City lead again. Nathan Ake was there reacting at the far post to nod it beyond Kelleher, his first goal of the season, and in a seesaw match it's Manchester City back in front, leading Liverpool by 3-2.
Yeah, short corner, De Bruyne and Cole Palmer plays short, and it's another, like I say, we're talking about De Bruyne in this wide area, delivers a great ball over the top of Nat Phillips, and Ake's coming round the back and heads it in. And it's been a brilliant start from there, but just that short corner playing quickly, Liverpool not reacting to it. It's a great ball and a great header from Ake.
Kevin De Bruyne again, a wizard-like whip of a cross, and there was Ake, who had peeled away at the far post, unchallenged, to nod it home.
If he never got it, Mahrez was in the back as well, so it's there was an overload at the back post there, but De Bruyne again with a delivery just phenomenal.
De Bruyne, it's like he's got the ball on a string and he can put it wherever he wants. Right onto the head of Nathan Ake. So 3-2 to Manchester City. and the City fans roar with delight. And a place in the quarter-finals could well be theirs, but we've still got over half an hour to go.
A little bit of a change of shape for Man City now, going to a 4-2-3-1.
Here's Nunez in the centre circle for Liverpool. Can they do what they did at 2-1 down and reply straight away? Ake's got Salah racing in behind him, but there's enough on the ball for it to squeeze through to Stefan Ortega. And here comes John Stones. And maybe that's because Manuel Akanji's down. We'll see whether that was the intended change or not, but like-for-like centre-halves, you wouldn't be surprised. They're bouncing the Manchester City fans away to our right, and it is Akanji off and Stones on.
Yeah, I think this will just be to get minutes into John Stones for what he did at the World Cup as well. He played really well at times, and this is a normal substitution, get him back into the fold.
Well, Akanji is walking off. They have a few extra days. Manchester City not playing until the 28th of December away at Leeds United, live on Talksport. Akanji shakes hands with Stones, and here he comes. John Stones, who started every match for England at the World Cup.
They're going to a back. They're going to a back three, Man City. No, it's going to stay at 4.
Still got half an hour to go, Charlie.
That's brilliant, isn't it? Watching these two teams at it, we think in a 6-week break that they might be a little bit slow, but they've been right at it from the first whistle.
Well, we just love the knockout football at the World Cup, and we're loving it in the Carabao Cup now. This is only the 4th round. It's a kind of game that befits a final.
It's the same as the FA Cup. There's a couple of big FA Cup draws coming up as well, and that's great. That's what we want. We want the big teams playing each other. I'm not sure the sponsors do, but I think us as neutral, the supporters, we want to see the best teams play each other. And if it's in the 4th round or if it's in the final, whatever. But this is a great tie for everybody to watch, and it's not disappointed.
Do not get rid of the League Cup. Do not truncate the League Cup. It's a big part of the footballing calendar, tradition and history of football in this country, and it produces sometimes matches like this. Kelleher, the Liverpool goalkeeper, clears long from almost on his own goal line, and it's come back towards De Bruyne in the penalty area. De Bruyne, Haaland's in there too, and Kelleher was very quick off his line. That would have been an absolute freak of a goal, but Kelleher was there to pounce on the loose ball. And Liverpool have it with Jordan Henderson on the near side of the field. So remember, Manchester City will play Chelsea in the FA Cup 3rd round, and Liverpool are at home to Wolves. And plenty of FA Cup commentary on Talksport across that FA Cup weekend. And in fairness to Manchester City, they haven't had it easy in the Carabao Cup so far. 3rd round Chelsea, 4th round Liverpool, yes, both at home, but not easy. And it's certainly not done yet, but they do lead 3-2. And here's Kevin De Bruyne in the left wing position. 62 minutes gone. De Bruyne's cross is blocked by Joel Matip. And now Nunez trying to tear over halfway, but stopped by the telescopic trailing leg of Gundogan, who slid in to win it back. Rodri back to Stones, and the crowd are really getting involved now.
Yeah, and they're getting it going. Pep tried to do it first half, but now the performance is getting the crowd going. The goal and the intensity they're playing at. But I think what Man City bring, what Haaland brings to Man City now is you see them putting the ball into areas a lot more. They don't mind getting out their feet, and like you said, De Bruyne going and clipping or delivering a cross into the box, because they know they've got somebody that can go and head it at the top level, and Haaland certainly can do that. So it adds a different dimension to what Man City are.
Chelsea 3, PSG 0 in the Women's Champions League. Lauren James has got that latest Chelsea goal, and it's 3-2 to Manchester City here in the Carabao Cup on Talksport. And now here is Phillips for Liverpool, midway inside his own half. Fabinho wearing number 3 to Thiago with the gloves on. Square to Matip. Matip about 15 yards shy of the halfway line. Now he dashes forward, skips into the Manchester City half. Good ball to find Gomez. Gomez is away from Palmer, races towards the dead ball line. Gomez blocked off by Nathan Ake. Didn't really look convincing going forward there, Gomez, of course. Centre half is his preferred position, needless to say. And then De Bruyne whips the ball cross field, and unlike him, straight out of play. But the two deliveries that De Bruyne has produced to set up Manchester City goals have been absolutely exquisite tonight.
Yeah, brilliant. Done it for a long time in the Premier League now, and he's a top player. Probably had a quiet World Cup for Belgium, but definitely come back with a bang tonight.
Phillips just shy of the halfway line for Liverpool. Square pass to Matip. Klopp and Guardiola, they are side by side there. Quick words exchanged between the two of them.
It's nice to see them laughing together.
Yeah.
No challenging each other.
There was like a little friendly nudge between the two of them. Both standing on the edge of their technical areas. We're only about 20 rows from the front here. Henderson swings in a high cross for Liverpool, flicked on by Darwin Núñez. Andy Robertson, far post, hits it over the top on the half volley. It was set up for Robertson, and there's a Manchester City fan. He's shaking his head. He knew it was going over, didn't he? He knew.
No, Robertson. It was just a perfect, just dropped from nicely, but at least hit the target.
Blazed over the top. And so Ortega ready to take the goal kick, and now is that Jack Grealish getting stripped and ready to come on for Manchester City. There was some talk in the build-up to this game as to whether the City players who'd played for England would be ready in time, but clearly they are. They did trade in earlier in the week. Ake scoops the ball high down the left. Ake's goal has Manchester City in front by the odd goal in 5. And it's a City throw, and they want to get Grealish ready as soon as possible, I think. Not got his shirt on just yet though, so might have to take a few more minutes. I wonder.
And now he's ready to go now. They're putting him on, and they want to get him on, make sure he's okay, and get him some minutes before he the busy period starts for them.
Ake is taking as long as he can over the throw, but Ake will now be told to take it, rightly so. Look for Haaland, but I think the ball had already gone out of play. Indeed it has, and is there going to be a double change for Manchester City? Certainly Grealish is ready to come on. And Liverpool meanwhile have a free kick. Gomez from the right back position, back to Matip. Now Kelleher, the goalkeeper. And Kelleher's had no chance with any of the Manchester City goals. It's one of those rivalries too that often produces plenty of goals, and maybe with some Premier League rivalries in the past you couldn't always say that. And it's being played out here in the Carabao Cup tonight. The draw will be taking place once this game is over, and you can join the sports bar on Talksport for details of that. Matip has it for Liverpool, edge of his own penalty area. Gets it back from Thiago, now plays it forward to Thiago again. Thiago from the halfway line, a lob pass which is swerving towards the left, and Núñez stretching to keep it in play. He's done that. Almost ended up onto the advertising hoarding. And now Fabinho, midway inside the Manchester City half, back to Henderson. Henderson's got Andy Robertson far side of the field. Good control by Robertson. Early cross, Oxlade-Chamberlain went near post, and he's blocked off by Laporte. Laporte steers it out of play. The Liverpool threat is certainly not gone as the game enters its final quarter. Liverpool will keep coming, relentless as they are. Matip is right of centre in the middle of the City half, out wide to Salah. Salah now looking dangerous, taking on Ake. Infield to Oxlade-Chamberlain, goes down under Ake's challenge. Jurgen Klopp arms outstretched. No penalty given, Charlie Adam.
Yeah, I think he could have a shout for a penalty here, but because there's no VAR we can't go back. I think it is a penalty, and we'll see if we can see it again on the monitor.
We will get a look at it in just a moment, I'm sure. Sliding tackle from Mahrez on Matip. It's a Liverpool throw. Jurgen Klopp looking towards the fourth official. Have a look at it again, Charlie. It's Oxlade-Chamberlain. Now, was he fouled by Ake there?
Yeah, I think it's a penalty. It's David Cook, the referee, sees it well. He's in the right position.
No VAR at this stage of the Carabao Cup. It isn't introduced until the semi-finals, and Jurgen Klopp is not happy as he speaks to the fourth official, getting an explanation, but I don't think Liverpool will be content with an explanation because there was contact and Ake didn't get the ball.
Yeah, I think that's a penalty. I think it's a penalty, but that's when there's no VAR, you don't get it.
Yeah, and that's maybe that's another debate that we can have. Of course, it's difficult to implement VAR in the early rounds of the Carabao Cup at stadiums where it isn't usually used, but can you make an exception for a game like this, or would it compromise the integrity of the rest of the games?
Absolutely. You can't do it. If it's not there, we can't just start making the rule up because it's two Premier League teams.
Now Liverpool are going to take off Thiago and bring on Naby Keita. Naby Keita back from injury. His only other appearance this season was in the Community Shield win over Manchester City, who, by the way, still haven't brought on Grealish just yet. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 2. And we have had 69.5 minutes of this game. Liverpool on the attack with Salah, who with Talksport, he escapes the defender Ake. Now it's with Henderson, dead ball line. Salah, right hand edge of the penalty area, little back heel, blocked off by Ake. Poor clearance, straight to Fabinho. Fabinho 5 yards from the edge of the penalty area, runs into Rodri. Rodri back to Ortega. And the goalkeeper will clip the clearance high up the middle. And De Bruyne will cushion the header towards Rico Lewis. He'll nudge it further forward. De Bruyne escapes Robertson. Manchester City fans want handball against Robertson. Nothing given. Who'd be a referee? Gundogan over the halfway line. Pokes it forward now to Mahrez, who has got rid of his gloves. He doesn't need them anymore. De Bruyne has peeled away to the Manchester City right. Mahrez hasn't spotted him. And the game has slowed down. Liverpool have got red shirts back behind the ball. I still get the sense that there's a lot of jeopardy in this game, Charlie.
Yeah, there's still something's going to happen in this game. I think there's another goal in it somewhere. But Liverpool will be felt outdone by with that opportunity of the penalty. But Man City now have regained possession and bringing on Foden and Grealish. So not a couple of bad subs to bring on, is it?
Not bad at all. And it just gives you a sense of Pep Guardiola's, obviously, the respect for Liverpool, but also the realisation that this game is still on a knife edge, really.
Yeah, but also gives them an opportunity to give the lads some minutes before, the Leeds match.
Yep.
They'll be ready to go, but to get 20 minutes to go, to get them opportunity of some minutes would be great for them.
19 minutes to go. The ball is with Matip. He's midway inside his own half, the Liverpool central defender. Liverpool haven't really, apart from the penalty appeal, carved out a chance into the goal, but they might be through here. Nunez is into the penalty area, flag has stayed down, and he's put it wide. What a miss from Nunez. He had the freedom of the 18-yard box, and he raced forward almost towards the 6-yard line, and with only Ortega to beat, he steered it wide when he was actually offside, according to the monitor, but the flag did not go up.
I think Lewis is keeping him on. I think he's just keeping him on. Lewis, the right back, but he's got to do better. That's 3 big chances he's had in this match.
Well, the flag stayed down and it would have counted. Here's the Manchester City double change. Grealish for Palmer and Foden for Haaland. And Foden will play as a false 9 as he did often last season.
Yeah, listen, Haaland again's got his goals. He showed some nice touches. He's a focal point for this team now. He's brilliant. He's been brilliant for them, and just rest him up and get him a number of minutes now ready for the Leeds in a few days' time.
Big cheers for the local boy, Phil Foden. So that's 24 goals in 19 appearances this season for Haaland. Not bad. Ridiculous. Here is Laporte on the edge of the 18-yard box, and Ake forward towards Gundogan, well intercepted by a stretching Fabinho. And Liverpool is still in the game. 3-2 down in the 73rd minute. Here is Phillips, and now Robertson in the left-back spot. Back to Phillips again on the edge of his own penalty area. Become a little tighter the game since Manchester City went back in front again for the 3rd time. Flag up this time against Nunez. Now, you might have been right, Charlie. Maybe Lewis was playing him on, and maybe that's why the flag stayed down. But did he almost have too much time to think about that chance?
Yeah, he did. I think so. He goes and goals. He probably actually could have squared it to Chamberlain, but it's striker, isn't it? He goes 1v1 with the goalie, and he drags his shot. At least hit the target. Unfortunately, he dragged it again, and that's 3 big chances away from home. You'd expect him to take at least one of them.
Here is Mahrez for Manchester City, back to the halfway line now, and Stones. Manchester City with that injection of England internationals in this second half. Laporte has it just prior to the halfway line, and now Ake right in front of Jurgen Klopp. Across comes Gomez to make a challenge on Jack Grealish. Liverpool have got ground to make up in the race for the top four once the Premier League resumes on Boxing Day. They'll be away at Aston Villa in a game live on Talksport. That could be really fascinating. And Liverpool's away form has not always been great this season, though they are on a good run of late. I say that, a good run coming into the World Cup. Stones for Manchester City, and now Lewis midway inside his own half. Back to Rodri. Enrico Lewis is very much integrated into the Manchester City first team setup these days.
Yeah, no, it's good chance for the young lad coming in there. You know, an opportunity to play in these games against, you know, Liverpool.
Kevin De Bruyne breaking upfield for Manchester City, striding beyond red shirts. Jack Grealish is to his left. Grealish, the angle tight in the penalty area, gets the dead ball line, took one touch too many. The Manchester City fans standing up in front of us. It's gone behind and out of play for a goal kick.
Yeah, I think once he just gets 1/2 a yard and just fire it across the goal, and you know, the defenders are facing their own goal, anything can happen, own goal, but he takes that extra touch, and all of a sudden Joe Gomez does well to him to shepherd it out for a goal kick.
And Gomez now in the right back spot with the ball for Liverpool. Salah dropping deep, last touch was off Ake, and a throw to Manchester City. 15 minutes to go on Talksport, and the game far from done just yet. Gomez wanting to take the throw. Pep Guardiola kicking every ball, actually racing out of his technical area there, and Gomez has thrown it bizarrely straight out of play. And in fact he's going to get another chance to take it, because that is what happens when you throw it straight out of play. Back it goes to Matip. Another ball at the feet of Kelleher, under pressure from Foden, the Liverpool goalkeeper. Robertson on the left back spot, knocked forward clumsily and nervously by Phillips, headed down by Rodri. It's come to Foden with his back to goal. Naby Keita's there to whip it off his toes. Liverpool have it back. Robertson over halfway, pumps it downfield, way too much on that. It's going to be easy for Ortega. Ortega had to go outside his penalty area and cleared right-footed. Pep Guardiola furious with the referee, I think. I think they feel there was an offside against Nunez and a flag that didn't come. The referee just seemed to let it go because it was all the way through to Ortega anyway.
Yeah, but Man City are furious because they end up back at Liverpool's possession, and you know, I don't really get that rule. Just pick your flag up and let's get on with it, and you know, we can start again.
Pep Guardiola now marching way outside his technical area, almost going within 5 yards of the assistant referee to have his say, and now he's being told to get back. With Manchester City and Liverpool, there's often as much drama in the technical areas as there is on the field, and it's always great to watch.
Yeah, Pep's not happy, he's disappointed. Look, he's
He'll go really mad if Liverpool score here, because Salah's got it, corner of the penalty area, a little back heel, careless from Salah, straight to Ake. And Ake steers it infield to Grealish, 10 yards shy of the halfway line. Now De Bruyne into the Liverpool half, tried to thread it through towards Foden, who definitely was offside. Matip makes an interception. Manchester City lead by 3-2. 12.5 minutes of the game to go, plus stoppage time, and a careless pass down the middle by Fabinho, all the way through to Ortega, the goalkeeper.
Yep, back in Man City's hand. There was just an opportunity there for De Bruyne to feed him, but Foden runs offside.
Fabinho and Rodri going head to head. It was a poor tackle from Fabinho, who is shot to the ground by Rodri, and now players from both sides getting involved, and it's kicking off again between Manchester City and Liverpool, as it often does. A great rivalry, and tempers often flare, and so was the case there. It's starting to calm down now, and it was Rodri who was not happy with the tackle from Fabinho, and David Coote is getting out the yellow card.
Yeah, I think Rodri sort of kicks out of Fabinho there. You know, there's a couple of times Rodri's had and somebody's had a nibble at Rodri, and he's reacted tonight. You know, Fabinho's obviously gone close and he's not too happy with it, but it'll be interesting to see how the referee picks this.
Rodri reacted to the challenge on him from Carvalho in the first half, didn't he, too? My producers just pointed out, and is that yellow cards all round?
Yellow card to two of them.
And Fabinho with a poor tackle, sort of wrapping his two legs around the left leg of Rodri, who then reacted and pushed him to the ground, and that's a booking apiece.
Yeah, it's a booking for both players. There's nothing really in it, but the intensity is there. Both teams still want to win. It's, you know, the rivalry. It's always, you know, there, and it's, you know, less than say 10-12 minutes to go. You know, it can explode at any moment.
Charlie Adam, former Liverpool League Cup winner. Here is Grealish for Manchester City. Manchester City have it deep inside the Liverpool half. Grealish goes on all right foot, tries a cross, blocked off by Gomez. Could still bounce down to Grealish in the penalty area. It's thumped away up into the sky by Fabinho, only as far as Rodri. And now Gundogan, little touch, gets it back from Phil Foden. Edge of the penalty area, shoots, blocked by Phillips, and now square to the edge of the box. And Lewis for Manchester City can pull in a cross. Robertson was there with the block tackle. Manchester City want a penalty. It'll be a corner, and Lewis has words with Robertson, who's wagging his finger at the Manchester City man. On first glance, I think the referee got that one right, but we'll see. Oh, did he?
Nah, it's not penalty.
No penalty?
No, I don't even think it's a corner. But it's, you know, wholehearted from Robertson there and Lewis to go and try to win it, but I don't think it was a penalty, no.
10 minutes to go. Had a bit of everything this game, hasn't it?
It's been brilliant. It's been a great game. It's been end to end. It's got goals, it's got tackles.
A great game. Pre-Christmas, the last game of English domestic football before the holidays. De Bruyne's right-footed corner, headed away, comes out to the edge of the penalty area. Gundogan is there, steers it wide to De Bruyne. Another brilliant cross from De Bruyne. Rodri went up with Kelleher, and he fouled Kelleher. The ball looped up and high and behind anyway, and Liverpool get a free kick as De Bruyne looks for a hat-trick of assists.
Another wonderful ball there. He's got the right to go for it. Rodri's got the right to go for it. Keller comes and punches it, but you know, I think the Liverpool bench is looking for an elbow. There was definitely not an elbow there.
Great punch by Kelleher.
Yeah, brave. Come and get it. That's what you want when you're under a bit of pressure. Your goalkeeper to come and punch it. And Wayne Rooney's here.
Probably not particularly popular with either set of supporters, but he is watching on from one of the executive boxes. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 2. And talking of Kelleher, he will back himself if Liverpool were to get an equaliser and it were to go to penalties. He's got a great record in shootouts in the Carabao Cup, but Liverpool have to get that equaliser first. And well, at the moment, you can never say never, of course, with Liverpool, but they don't really look like doing so at the moment anyway. Although Ake's miscontrolled. Liverpool throw a right wing position, infield from Henderson to Salah. Back out wide to Henderson again. Dinks in across towards Oxlade-Chamberlain. Nunez thought about going for it with his back to goal. Foden's there though. Manchester City clear. Forward to Foden on the halfway line. He's got De Bruyne running to his right. Whips it towards the right. De Bruyne takes it in his stride brilliantly. Three in the middle to aim at. Finds Mahrez. Mahrez into the box. Blocked off. Now Foden. Tackled by Fabinho. Liverpool have it. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Right, it's Liverpool's turn to attack. You have it, we'll have it. As Oxlade-Chamberlain is blocked off by Laporte, who might have hurt himself with that tackle. Yeah, you have it, we'll have it is the message from both sets of players really to each other.
Yeah, they're just both driving the game now. You know, that run there from Chamberlain, run straight into Laporte.
As neutrals, it's just an absolute delight to watch a game like this. 3-2 to Manchester City on Talksport, and that was a foul by Naby Keita on Lewis, and a yellow card produced by the referee for Keita.
I've been impressed at times with Lewis tonight. He's come into midfield to try and create an overload. He's played it right back. He's been up and down that right hand side, caused problems. He's done okay tonight.
Well, he and Palmer appear to be of this next young generation of City players, the two who are getting plenty of first team opportunities this season. He scored his first goal at the age of 17 in the Champions League, did Lewis, earlier this season. And it's his square pass to the left, and Ake. But rarely has he actually played in the right back position in this game.
No, not really. Listen, that's the way Man City play. Kyle Walker doesn't normally play out and out right back. He's Oh, what a pass from Rodri.
Down the right-hand side, and Riyad Mahrez will control it. A Manchester City goal would surely wrap things up here. There are two in the middle. Mahrez plays it square, cleared away. Kevin De Bruyne, left-footed, blocked on the line by Fabinho, and then the effort turned away. Foden denied by the keeper. Oh, and then Foden completely misses his kick and ends up on his backside, and the ball goes behind. And a good save by Kelleher to deny him. 6 minutes to go. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 2.
Brilliant, great strike from De Bruyne. Fabinho on the post there, but Foden just slips there at the last minute.
What a block by Fabinho! It was absolutely going to bend into the far corner from De Bruyne, and then Kelleher parrying the ball away from Foden at his near post. So it's with Manchester City again. De Bruyne looking to break up the middle. Liverpool win it back via Phillips, and now Henderson midway inside his own half. Now, was he clipped there as he tried to play it forward? He took a deflection after Manchester City player the pass, and there'll be a throw for Liverpool just inside City territory. They go back into their own half, and Robertson finds Phillips. Now Matip, the tall, slender centre half. Square to Phillips again. Phillips' pass forward isn't the best, a slightly loose ball. Manchester City win it back, and Mahrez's layoff towards the on-rushing De Bruyne was just behind the Belgian. Liverpool have it with the captain Henderson again. Dinks it upfield towards the right. Came off Grealish. Could fall for Oxlade-Chamberlain, and does. Liverpool coming forward now, looking dangerous. Salah, 35 yards out. Forward towards Nunez. All too easily telegraphed. John Stones there to win it back for Manchester City. And still 85 and a half minutes in, it's a ferocious pace, and John Stones is forward. He's laid it square to Mahrez. Good tackle by Fabinho, with Mahrez thinking about shooting, I'm sure, from 25 yards out.
A good defending from John Stones, stepping in, taking the responsibility, driving. And Mahrez just wanted too much time on the ball, and you had to move it a little bit quicker there.
And throw down the right hand side by Kevin De Bruyne, who seems to be everywhere. And he gets it back from Riyad Mahrez. He's sandwiched in between two red shirts, and Naby Keita industriously wins it back for Liverpool. Now Henderson over the halfway line, plays it through the middle. Darwin Nunez will chase, but Stefan Ortega, the German goalkeeper, read it well and hammers it clear. Liverpool have stayed in the game, but can they get themselves an equaliser? It has been a thrilling tie, and both sides have been a credit. Gundogan, halfway line back to Rodri. And now Gundogan once more. Manchester City trying to finish the stronger. And forward it goes to Ake. Plays it back to Rodri. Well, it may be the fourth round of the Carabao Cup, Charlie Adam, but it's had all the intensity of a Premier League title decider we've seen between these two.
Yeah, absolutely. It's had everything. The intensity of this game's been brilliant. We've had the goals, the quality of De Bruyne at times, but just even there, Rodri and Gundogan, just little link-up plays. The partnership of the two together is just brilliant.
John Stones has it for Manchester City. Gundogan's gone down. He might have to come off here, maybe overstretched. There'll be a worry for Pep Guardiola. I think he's asking the City players to put it out of play. Bernardo Silva, is that Bernardo Silva who is going to come on? Yes, it is. Just unfurling his sky blue shirt. And Gundogan, he did just overstretch. We were sort of right
probably
behind
more,
it.
but I think it's a bit more of cramper.
Right.
Yeah, I think it's cramp, but nothing too serious. But again, controlled the game at times tonight, isn't he? He's a wonderful player, great talent.
Pep Guardiola looking towards the Manchester City fans and telling them to stand up and give Gundogan a standing ovation. And a big hug from Guardiola for Gundogan, who was Pep Guardiola's first signing at Manchester City.
Remember, he took him at a wrist, didn't he? With a long-term injury. Was it a cruciate ligament he done?
Yeah.
And he signed him. And he's done a remarkable job since he come into there. Great footballer.
Bernardo Silva comes on. Sometimes watching this game tonight, you've got the sense that some of these Manchester City players, De Bruyne, Gundogan, disappointing World Cups, have kind of come out with maybe a little bit of anger.
Yeah, absolutely. They've always got a point to prove. You always have a point to prove. When things don't go against you, in the World Cup for your nations, for your national team, it's you want to come back to your club level and show that you're still the top dog. And definitely De Bruyne tonight has been electric to watch at times. He's been amazing, and there's no doubt in that he's a top player.
3-2 to Manchester City against Liverpool, and just over a minute of normal time to go. Manchester City heading through as things stand to the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. But Liverpool, the holders, will not want to relinquish their trophy, and they certainly haven't without a fight tonight. Jurgen Klopp appealing to the fourth official. Not much to separate the two of them yet again.
No, this is the first win at the moment. Could be the first win Man City have had over Liverpool this season. So, is this something going forward? Look at this. It's a big win for Man City, this, if they can get over the line. Performance, I think, has been very, very good. Liverpool will look back and think we had some big chances here tonight. Núñez, 3 big chances I could think of, and something that go forward he's got to take on the mantle.
Kevin De Bruyne has slipped as he tried to cross from the dead ball line. It was Phillips who was across, and it's gone out of play for a Liverpool goal kick, but they are running out of time here, the holders. They're 3-2 down, and we've just about had the 90 minutes. So here comes the fourth official with his electronic board. It'll go up into the air. 4 added minutes. So not quite what we were used to at the World Cup, if you remember, at times.
Oh, it was terrible, wasn't it? 8-10 minutes.
And sometimes even more. Oxlade-Chamberlain breaking for Liverpool, left of centre, feeds Naby Keita, great control, could come for Núñez in the box, but Ortega bravely out to dive at his feet and claim the ball, and Ortega's gone down, and there's a Manchester City defender down too. Is it Laporte? And Ortega had to be quick off his line, and just having a look as the ball took a deflection off the retreating Stones, and Laporte was there with Núñez, who couldn't quite reach it.
No, it was another ball there, through the middle there, but great work from Ortega to get out sharp and get onto it.
Well, a minute of the 4 added has been played. Manchester City fans singing triumphantly, their arms outstretched in the far corner as we look at it. Some are waving scarves above their heads, but it's not done yet. Ortega thumps the ball downfield, a clearance into the Liverpool half, the header towering by Phillips back into Manchester City territory, responded to by Stones with a header of his own. Now it's on the halfway line, hooked downfield by Henderson. Salah will chase with all his might, but Nathan Ake is there first, and Ake sees it back to Ortega, who again drives the clearance long. De Bruyne trying to bring it down in front of Matip. Manchester City still looking for goals. Hooked around the corner by Mahrez, headed away by Phillips. A Manchester City throw right in front of Pep Guardiola's technical area, and he flicks the ball up neatly there, Guardiola, and he holds on to it. And Manchester City trying to play out time. Nearly 2 of the 4 added minutes have been played, Charles.
Yeah, I'm just watching De Bruyne there, 92 minutes, and he's still sprinting around, trying to put Liverpool under pressure, keep his team up the pitch. It's been a brilliant game to commentate on, watching it, and the standard's been incredible from both teams.
Manchester City fans getting to their feet now. 55,000 all around the stadium. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go for Liverpool to find an equaliser. Manchester City lead 3-2 in what has been a thriller of a 4th round tie in the Carabao Cup. Gomez infield from the right for Liverpool, pokes it down the near side touchline. Jordan Henderson charges after it. The offside flag is up. A free kick to Manchester City. Liverpool may look back on that penalty appeal. It looks like it could have been a penalty to us on the monitor.
Yeah, I think it was a penalty. Oxlade-Chamberlain went down and it was a foul, but because there's no VAR, we can't go back.
And again, Manchester City will just slow the game down as they prepare to take this free kick. Ortega's across. Manchester City, who are 5 points behind Arsenal in the race for the title, but this is just the sort of win that could really reinvigorate their challenge. Remember, they were beaten by Brentford just before the World Cup, a shock defeat here at home. As Rodri heads the ball downfield and Riyad Mahrez could reach it. It's bouncing in the penalty area, but it's through to Kelleher. 45 seconds left for Liverpool. Time is nearly up. 3-2 Manchester City. Naby Keita's got it, shy of the halfway line. He's being held up by Rodri. Rodri does his job effectively enough, and Keita has almost carried it out of play. It's on the halfway line. Liverpool throw, taken by Keita. Nunez looking to burst forward, plays it to his left and Oxlade-Chamberlain has won a throw. There is just about still time for Liverpool, but only 20 seconds or so. They want Kevin De Bruyne booked for just kicking the ball away, but Liverpool have it back. They'll be allowed to take the throw. Can they make something from it? Lofted down the left-hand channel by Robertson, knocked away though by Mahrez for Manchester City. Prepare for a big cheer in just a few moments. Referee's had a look at his watch. Kevin Kelleher goes long. We've had the 4 minutes of added time. Header away this time by Rodri. Nudged square by Grealish on the halfway line to De Bruyne. The Manchester City fans are all on their feet. Headed up into the air by Matip. All eyes on the referee. 3-2 to Manchester City. And they have the ball with Ake, who looks like he scored the winning goal. Shy of the halfway line. And he's won a throw. And that's it. Manchester City have beaten Liverpool. And they are through to the quarter-finals of the Carabao Cup. The holders are out. And it is another chapter, another instalment in this wonderful, ever-evolving history of thrilling matches between these two great clubs. Two of the great clubs in English football, and Manchester City have edged out Liverpool in a 5-goal thriller. It really was a pre-Christmas gift to watch a game like this, and delight in the home sections of the Etihad Stadium. The flags are up into the air. I can see a plume of blue smoke in the distance, and they're really milking it here, the Manchester City fans. It was a close-run thing, a game that ebbed and flowed. Twice Manchester City were ahead through Haaland and Mahrez. Twice Liverpool pegged them back, Carvalho and Salah. But Nathan Ake with a header after a cross from the wonderful Kevin De Bruyne, which turned out to be the winning goal. So Liverpool go out having won this trophy last season, and Manchester City march on, and it's the sort of result that could also really reinvigorate their Premier League title challenge ahead of the festive football to come. It has finished on Talksport. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 2.